Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now the OSB is finished now on top of the roof, so everything's all been done, which is absolutely fantastic. So now what I've done now is just gone along and trimmed off all the edges along the barge boards. So I've just used my trimming router with a bearing piece on there. So what that would do, it will just touch up the edge you want to go lovely and flush to, and it will just cut a lovely flush cut. I ran out of my battery on my router, so I've just got a little bit more there to do, but until I'm waiting for the battery to charge, I'm just going to start getting the breathing membrane up on the roof now. So as you can see, it's all finished up there, which is great. So the stuff I'm using is the classic premium breathing membrane. It's got all your lap details and everything put on there. Now because this is quite a shallow pitch, it's only a 20-degree pitch, I'm going to have the laps slightly more than normal. So it says 350 millimeters on there, but I'm going to go a 400 millimeter lap and just tack them on with some staples and then come along and put my battens on. So hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit from the bottom here, but I don't think you will at the moment. Can't get the camera up any higher. Not really. Hang on. I'll be able to see a little bit of the roof now up there. So I can get the staple gun ready. Start putting some tacks up. Now I'm not quite sure what the fascia board's going to be here, so it could be a plastic one like the soffit's going to be, or it's going to be timber. So it's either going to be 45mm thick or it's going to be 18. So I've got to allow for the thickness of that and for it to oversail into the gutter. So I'm going to give it a lot more than what's needed, and if needs be, just trim it all off afterwards. That's it. Right. There you go. You can see parts of the roof now, which is good. I'm going to get the first line of battens in, and then at least I can hop up on the roof then, and then I can start doing the rest of it on this side and get it all felted in. And it's, once the battery's charged on the router, it's just a matter of going down there and doing the same thing. And get this roof all watertight. Right guys, I'm just going to start getting the rest of this part of the roof all felted out now. Okay, like I said, I'm going to get the lap on, roll it all the way out, and get it down there and get some fixings up here as well for some battens. I know with these battens that you got OSB underneath, And you're probably thinking, why is he just spacing them out like this? Why isn't he just fixed anywhere? Reason being is because where a rafter is, you're going to get more of a biting and fixing point too. So that's the reason why I'm spacing them out like this. So if it goes, which these are going through the battens and through the OSB and into the rafter, some of them will be, it just makes it just gives it more of a fixing. Let's get back a bit. Four, 8, 12. Right. Check it. 500 millimetre. Has to come down. Come down a bit. There you go. There's my gauge. So my gauge on these, the roofing material that's going to be used, it can be all the way up to 1.2 metres for, these are acting like purlins, so to speak. So on there it said 1.2 metres spacing, but I'm just doing it every 500 because this run of the roof is around about 3 metres, so I'm just going 500mm increments all the way to the top. Just makes it simpler and easier for me then. Welcome to come along and see what we do. Right. Okay. I'll probably turn off the camera now because you can see basically what we need to do. All I'm doing is literally just, well, you've seen in the video, rolling the felt along, tacking it, and then putting some battens across, and that's it. And when you come to the top, you just overlap it like a triangle. Okay, so that's going to stop any water from coming down into the seam between where the two ends of the rafters meet at the ridge. Okay, and then it's do the same on the opposite side. And once that's done, it's fascias, soffits, all that sort of stuff. Normally, if I was putting slates or something like that on this roof, I would have done the soffits and the fascias first, as you'd have typically on like a standard build. You have cavitied walls, so you'd sit some details, you bring the brickwork up and allow for the soffit to come through and sit on top of the brickwork, and then you put some bracing pieces down, nailing onto the rafters, almost like little tails, just to push the soffit down, and then they come along and mastic it afterwards. But on this, because it's just single skin, obviously tail end of the rafters come down, and then I'll be putting this breathing membrane up and then a batten across to be able to get a tack for my soffit. Either that, or I might put some tails coming along the edge of this seat cut line. So the seat cut line is the one that goes horizontal like this. You've got your plumb cut, which is like that, so which is at the pitch of this roof, which is 20 degrees, and then your seat cut, which is 90 degrees off of this. So in that case it's 70 degrees, comes all the way along, then the soffit goes up underneath it but that'll be in a later video. Okay guys, but I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing here to get this watertight. And this is just like a vapor barrier control, and it also breathes as well, so it's not going to sweat underneath there, which is what we want. All right, we don't want it to sweat underneath there. So I'll get the last bit up, so at least this side then is watertight. It's starting to rain now, and I don't fancy getting absolutely soaked today, especially on a Monday. But yeah, we'll get this bit done, get it watertight. All right guys.